Hi folks, Larry Berman here this week, and this is what's on my radar. Couple market moving events this week. Of course, we saw Vice President Biden select Kamala Harris as a running mate. That was our expectation. I think Wall Street gave her the thumbs up on that, which is a little surprising. Certainly going to get some pressure from the political left, the Bernie crowd on pushing policies further that way. But Harris is much more of a centric type character and really the safe pick for Biden. You know, as the election in 2016 on the swing vote really happened a week before the election with the Comey letter and really an anti-Hillary vote that maybe at the last minute the marginal voter swung towards Trump. So the election's still wide open despite the fact that Biden's way ahead in the polls, and even in many of the key swing states, he's up by not by anything more than a statistical significance. So it'll be very interesting, but Trump keeps making the case, and it seems obvious that we're going to have weeks, if not months, of litigation following the mail-in ballots and everything else that is going to be an issue for the Trump campaign here. Big win for the Trump campaign on the Mideast this week with the UAE and Israel coming up to a pact. This is only the third such pact in the history of the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. Jordan and Egypt have diplomatic relations. UAE coming in opens the door for some other of the Arab states to join in. This is going to be a problem for Iran. Palestine is not happy with this. The Palestinian leadership has already spoken out against it, but it is a win on Trump's foreign policy campaign, but we don't think it's something that's going to move the needle for the disenfranchised American voter. U.S. markets, S&P 500, very, very close this week to testing all-time highs. It's setting up for our bull and bear trades of the week here with the potential of a major double top pattern. So for our bear pick of the week, that double top risk in the S&P 500 coming up against all-time highs for a trade and really focused on election and uncertainty as we get into the election the next couple of months. Short position in the S&P 500 or by way of an inverse ETF like the New York listed SH ticker, or here in Canada, HIU, the single inverse short play on the S&P 500. For our bull ETF pick of the week, we're going to use the pullback in gold from the breakout to new all-time highs and the pullback below the old highs, with the market firming around these levels, around the old highs as support for an opportunity for those who haven't yet jumped back into the bullion trade. As long as real yields stay sharply negative, which means higher rising inflation, lower economic growth, and subdued yields, which we think is going to be the case under a Federal Reserve that ultimately has to go to yield curve control, but really the QE buying program that's certainly going to be in place well through next year and possibly well into 2022. The bull case for gold is still very, very strong. That's it for this week. Remember, subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow the alerts so you're first to know when we have new content up on our site. Have a great week, everyone.